Okay, so I'm going to do reflection to my the 5 elements of trust. So the first thing was to talk about my understanding of the 5 elements. So benevolence, benevolence to me means that you genuinely care and show caring for someone's benefit, what they're interested in, what they have going on in their lives, and I guess it's just for me, it's about being genuine. Honesty, to me, my biggest thing has always been my integrity. I won't do anything that questions my integrity. And then, of course, just general character, being a good person. Um, Openness, whether I'm willing to share relevant information. I think it's important for a leader to share important information about their life and about what's going on, but at the same time, there are certain things that we have to keep quiet. And I've had an experience with that this week with personnel changes that are occurring next year, and they don't want to announce it until a certain date, but people wonder, they kind of know something's coming. So that's been an interesting thing to learn. Reliability. For me as a leader, reliability means consistent. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. If you are going to be there to support, or if you're going to be there to cover whatever it is you're going to do, or you say you're going to do, make sure that you actually do it. And then competency for me is a big one. Make sure that you as a leader can do, first of all, anything that you're asking your staff to do, but two, that you can do anything that they're asking of you. And if not, prove that you're willing to go learn how to do it. Educators have to be willing to learn. And if you're going to lead educators, you have to be willing to learn as you lead as well. So when I'm looking at these 5 traits at East, I actually feel like our leadership, my principal, even though I'm the assistant principal, my principal does all of these things very, very well. The staff love her. In fact, when I interviewed for this, and then was offered the position, I asked someone I knew who worked there to describe what they thought about the principal, and they said, I don't always love her, but I very much so respect her. And to me, that's huge. Respect may even to me is even more important than loving them. One of the things, though, that I think she and I both could do better is the benevolence piece. We have a very large staff, and that takes a lot of time to get to know all of them and what's going on in all of their lives. And while we try really hard to do that, we could be more organized about it. One of the things I would like to do, and I would do if I were the leader of this school, would be to do a teacher book. I actually witnessed this during my internship at an elementary school. She just has a 3-ring binder that has each of the staff members' names at the top. It has their spouses' names, if they have any kids, what their names are, and what they're kind of a little bit about what they're doing in their lives. It has their birthdays, just kind of relevant information like that. And then anything that has a date or a significant meaning to it, she'll put it in her calendar, and then her calendar will send her a reminder because, we all depend on our calendars. That's something I really think we could do to help keep organized and be a little more on point with connecting and caring about their well being and what the things they have going on in their lives. Another one would be to have more gatherings. With me this year, this was the first time they'd had a Christmas party or a holiday party, and I thought was a little bit strange. Next year, I'd like to do it, but this time invite their families, do something a little more family oriented, since that's kind of what we push for as well. And then lastly, to involve all stakeholders, I think that we need to visit the community. Our low socioeconomic community has a history of not feeling comfortable coming into the school system, and not a lot of them are educated and they feel intimidated by it. And I think that one of the things we could do is get out into not just the community. I mean, we live in this community. I mean, go to their neighborhoods and host a little hot dog get together. Hey, tell me what you think, what's going on. Show them that you're not afraid to be in their world and that they shouldn't be afraid to be in ours. Kind of bridge that gap a little bit. I may be way off there, but that's something I plan on recommending to my new principal, which is kind of one of the things I wanted to tie up this recording with, was to say that one of the changes next year for me is going to be very difficult because the principal that I adore and the staff adores is being moved to another school. And we just love her, and I'm not sure what we're going to do without her. The new person coming in has some really big shoes to fill. Although I think that they'll be great as well. It's going to be very difficult for me, only having spent 1 year under this principal, to now have to relearn a new principal and what they want to do, and see if they like any of the ideas that we've already put in place or some of these ideas that I've talked to you about today. So wish me luck with that, and thanks for listening.